Hi everyone. In this session, we'll have one problem related to coplanar non-concurrent force system by applying the Vrignon's theorem. The problem is about we need to determine the magnitude, direction, and position of the resultant force with reference to the point A for the coplanar force system shown in the figure. This is the coplanar force system shown in the figure. Now A is my moment center. For this particular sketch, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 forces, and it's nothing but a rectangle. On the rectangular lamina, 1, 2, 3, 4 forces are acting on this particular rectangular lamina, and it's having a dimension of AD having a dimension of 4 meter. Since it's a rectangle, it's a 4 meter, it will be 2 plus 2, 4 meter. So entire it will be 4 by 4. It's like a square. It will form a square. Now come to the solution part of the problem. Now we have one force 100 Newton force, which is force at C, which is purely horizontal, and we have force here 200 Newton, which is acting in between D and C, in middle of D and C, which is 200 Newton vertically upward. An is a purely vertical force. Coming to the force at A, it's a horizontal force, purely horizontal force. Coming to the force at B, which is nothing but 100 square root 2 Newton, which makes an angle 45 degree with respect to x-axis. As we know that E force is horizontal, keep as it is. E force is vertical, keep as it is. If force is inclined, resolve it into vertical and horizontal component. So 45 degree with respect to horizontal axis, the horizontal component of this force will be 100 square root 2 cos 45, and the vertical component will be 100 square root 2 sin 45. Once after the resolution, and we'll go step by step procedure, we need to determine magnitude, that is nothing but r, and direction, that is nothing but theta, and position, we need to find x and y intercept with reference to the point A. It is mentioned in the problem. With the reference to point A means A is my moment center. So it is mentioned in the problem. Step number 1, we need to find summation of f of x. As we know, to find r, we need summation of f of x, summation of f of y. Summation of f of x is nothing but sum of all the forces only in horizontal direction by considering the sign convention. Okay, we'll go one by one force. First force 100 Newton acting positive direction of x-axis, so it will be positive plus 100, and this 200 vertically upward never contribute for summation of f of x. And the third force 100, which is again horizontal force but is acting leftward direction. So all leftward forces are negative. So plus 100 minus 100 plus 100 minus 100, and third horizontal force out of these two forces I need to consider horizontal one, it is 100 square root 2 cos 45, and only the positive axis I need to consider. So it is acting in positive direction of x axis, so it will be 100 square root 2 cos 45, and the entire answer works out to be 100 Newton. Coming to the summation of f of y equation, it is about step number 2. F of y is nothing but it's a pure horizontal, no need to consider. It's a pure vertical, again upward direction, so it is a plus 200 plus 200, and this 100 Newton never contributes. And coming to the y component of this 100 square root 2 Newton, it will be 100 square root 2 sin 45, and acting vertically down, so it will be minus 100 square root 2 sin 45, because this minus sign indicates the force is acting vertically downward direction. So entire answer works out to be 100 Newton. Once after finding summation of f of x and summation of f of y, our next part of job is to find r and theta. As we know, the equation for r is nothing but summation of f of x square plus summation of f of y square whole square. That is nothing but summation of f of x is 100 and summation of f of y is also 100. Substitute the corresponding values, and answer works out to be 141.42 Newton, and your theta works out to be tan inverse summation of f of y divided by summation of f of x. So theta equal to tan inverse 100 by 100, which is equal to 45 degree. Now once after finding summation of f of x, summation of f of y, and third step we completed with r and theta, and the fourth step is very important, concerned to finding moment about this particular point A. So we'll find moment about this particular point with respect to point A, because in the problem it is mentioned I need to find resultant direction, that is already found r and theta, and resultant, direction and position of resultant. For that I need to find moment about A. So moment about A equation works out to be, we'll go step by step. I will start the developing moment of about A equation from here. So 100 Newton, 100 Newton is nothing but a purely horizontal force. When force is horizontal, take perpendicular vertical difference between A and C is nothing but 4 meter. Perpendicular horizontal difference between A and C. At C 100 Newton is acting, so it is nothing but 4 meter. This is the perpendicular vertical difference. So 100 into 4, vertical difference is 4. 100 into 4, and with respect to point A, it will be acting as a acting in clockwise direction. So fix a point at A, and apply a force in this direction. So it is going to rotate in clockwise direction. So it works out to be clockwise moments are plus 100, 100 into 4, entire answer will be plus. And coming to the second force is nothing but 200 Newton acting vertically upward direction. It is a pure vertical upward direction. So when force is vertical, take the perpendicular horizontal difference between moment center, that is A, and line of action of force. This is the line of action of force. So perpendicular horizontal difference between moment center and line of action of force will be 2 meter. So 200 into 2 is the moment about A, and we need to check whether it is a clockwise or anti-clockwise. So fix a point at A and apply a force of 200 upward direction. So it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So it will be minus 200 into 2, minus 200 into 2. Then coming to the third force, so called 100 Newton, and this 100 Newton starts from the where we have considered the moment center. If force converge or diverge from moment center itself, the effect of that particular force towards the moment will be 0, because moment is nothing but force into perpendicular distance. No perpendicular distance from A to the point A, so it will be 0, 100 into 0. And the last force, again we are this inclined force, 100 square root 2 is inclined force. We have divided that force, we have resolved that force into 100 square root 2 cos 45 and 100 square root 2 sin 45. For that, we'll consider any one of force out of these two forces. Once it is resolved, we need to forget about 100 square root 2 Newton. We need to see only about the resolved force. The first resolved force, 100 square root 2 cos 45. 100 square root 2 cos 45 is a pure horizontal force. When force is horizontal, we need to, when the force is horizontal, we need to consider perpendicular vertical difference between A and B. In fact, A and B are in the same level, no perpendicular vertical difference between these 2 points A and B. So 100 square root 2 cos 45 into 0. So if you put plus or minus, it will be same. 2 plus 0 equal to 2, 2 minus 0 equal to 2. So it never contribute, plus or minus. When it is entire answer, it will be 0. So last force, so called 100 square root 2 sin 45, 100 square root 2 sin 45 into perpendicular force is purely vertical, perpendicular horizontal difference between A and B is nothing but 2 plus 2 here, 4 meter. So 100 square root 2 sin 45 into 4, and fix point at A, apply a force in this direction, downward direction. So it is going to rotate it clockwise direction. So it works out to be positive. So entire, if you calculate using your calculator, it works out to be plus 400 Newton meter. So moment about A is nothing but a plus 400 Newton meter. So it will be clockwise moment about point A. Now once after finding moment about A, the pending part is nothing but finding x-intercept, y-intercept and D. And coming to that, we have already the formula, already discussed it in Verignan theorem. Formula for D is nothing but summation of moment about A, or summation of moment about moment center divided by R, and it works out to be summation of moment about A is nothing but 400, and divided by R is nothing but what we got it as 141.42, and it works out to be 2.82 meters. So x intercept is nothing but mod summation of moment about A divided by summation of f of y it is. So it will be 400 by 100, it works out to be 4 meter. Similarly, y intercept is nothing but summation of moment about A divided by summation of f of x, 400 divided by 100 equal to 4. And here in x intercept and y intercept we are using mode, because whatever answer we are getting positive. I will tell you why, the reason behind that. Reason is very simple. whatever the answer we'll get here, we are representing it in the first quadrant. So the last part is nothing but representation. What you mentioned here, A, B, C, D is nothing but my rectangular lamina. Resultant I got it as 141.42 Newton, and theta is nothing but I got it as, we have theta here, we got it as 45 degree. So our theta is nothing but 45 degree. R is 141.42. This is my theta, and D we got it as 2.82 meter. D is nothing but distance between, perpendicular distance between moment center, that is A, and the resultant. So it is D equal to 2.82 meter, and X intercept is nothing but 4 meter from moment center A. So X intercept is from moment center A, it will be 4 meter, and Y intercept is nothing but again 4 meter from the point A. So I represented X intercept. So it will be reaches A to B is nothing but 4 meter. So one X intercept will be B, through B resultant will pass, and one more intercept will be Y intercept is nothing but 4 meter. So it will be 4 meter. When I go upward for 4 meter, it meets at D. So my resultant passes through 2 points D and B, and that's I have drawn here. Now how to put direction? It is a downward direction or upward direction. So about point A, moment is nothing but plus 400 Newton meter, but we got here it as plus 400 Newton meter. So moment is clockwise. So it is a downward direction. So fix a point at A and apply the force. So entire thing is going to rotate in clockwise direction. So it is a downward direction. If that answer would have been minus, it indicates it will be in upward direction. Okay, thank you.